it is a right-wing movement. That's how, when Hitler started, nobody thought that it could become a world war. He won an election, although he did something in the early 20s that should have landed him in jail. But he came back, went through the democratic process, became the chancellor, and because the economic situation in Germany at that time, they were the lowest of economic base. Poverty written on everybody. He started, if anybody joins up, you know, all these autobahns, he built them. And for anybody who works on any road construction and you are able to do a kilometer of road per day, he will give you, you know, that Volkswagen, you know the meaning in English, people's car. That's how he started giving them the cars. And he said, you see these Jews? They are the ones creaming all the money. The communists are the ones creaming the money. And so people believed him. Before they knew it, he became a dictator. I remember, as a student of history, how he went to war. You know, I'm sure you probably would have heard if you read history. Warsaw, before Warsaw saw war. Warsaw was the capital of Poland. He had a meeting the night before that he was going to have an arrangement and peace with the leaders in Poland. Before they woke up in the morning, he had rolled his tank into Warsaw. So people now said, Warsaw, before Warsaw saw war. And it started spreading all over the place like a cancer. Thank God that God brought many leaders. The Chamberlain, the British Prime Minister, trusted him, only to find out that he was heading to France too. Before they knew it, he was in France and started blowing up the British. The Japanese joined up with him. Initially, Russia joined up until, you know, he turned his weapons on Russia and he failed. Now, Trump hasn't gotten to that level. It is that wind of change, the new world order. See what Elon Musk is doing. See what he did recently when the opposition party, led by this beautiful young lady whose grandfather was an elected judge of Hitler. There is election in Germany in February. Already, Hungary is a right wing. Italy, right wing. Holland, right wing. If Germany goes into right wing and is telling those people that they also want to expel all the immigrants to go to where? Look at America. He wants to absorb Greenland. He has told Canada, stand by, you'll be the 52nd state of the United States. And he's looking also into Mexico. Now, if he gets through and he's settling down, there will be a wind blowing to Africa. Although he has said almost all these Nigerians and all their leaders will take their children, go back home, go and do this. Is there any time in the world where you don't exchange knowledge? Can they do it all by themselves? And who is an American who is not an immigrant? Who? You listen to that bishop. Who is an American who is not an immigrant? Even his wife and and her parents, were they not immigrants? What about himself? His mother is Scottish. His father was German. How did he get to America? And then he says, if you now have a newborn child in America, he cannot get. That's a constitutional matter. So, look, I am just concerned because I have looked at, here we are in Nigeria, surrounded by Francophone countries. Huh? They are politically unstable now. If there is a wind blowing through them, what shall we do as Nigeria? Decimate a political party and make your country a one-party state. Would that survive? Is that not like driving us to the right? Would it survive? Can one party alone run this country? From Lagos to Borno, from Calabar to Sokoto, from the Delta to Jigawa, it's a massive nation. So we need to start thinking, what do we want to do in case it comes? But he started that win, and now he said Guatemala, the Panama, no, the one near Cuba. No, not Panama. Guatemala or Colombia. No. It's somewhere next door to Cuba that is going to send those deportees to that island, Guantanamo Bay. As a military, I know Guantanamo Bay. Now you're going to be detaining them there. The only difference is that Hitler started sending those Jews and communists to the gas chamber. But he hasn't sent anybody to gas chamber. But if we don't start preparing ourselves, and only me, my children, my wife, that will not hold this country. That's my appeal to him, and it should be a new discussion in Nigeria. Where are we going? Why can't he, who is the only one supplying fuel to Nigeria now? Even Dangote is shouting. Abi? Who is bringing finished products to Nigeria? Who is the Minister of Petroleum? Who is the President of Nigeria? Who is the Chairman of NNPC? God will bless us all.